I don't see it. That didn't catch up.
We have to care about agents. Screaming at a drag show, so. Right, I'm like, okay.
The pizza boxes.
Right.
So we.
It's a wide open room.
Yeah. All right, what's going on? I'm here with Lauren Cipollone, my man from New York. Obviously, I'm from New Jersey originally, so we go back and forth all the time. But pre-discussion, we're just talking about your story. It's kind of wild because you came down here like right at the beginning of COVID.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like sitting duck.
Yeah. I probably really shouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of just worked that way. My birthday falls on March 10th. Came here to visit my dad and ended up getting stuck.
Right.
Pretty much.
Right.
So.
COVID hit. That was like literally, no joke, I think that was when everything was like a work from home. There was a full, I don't even know what to call it, moratorium. Like there was just like no liquor sales, no restaurants were open, just like completely, everything was kind of in a standstill until we started to figure out what the next move was. Florida obviously took a different stance from like any other state, which I'm thankful for.
Me too.
Because as I'm like talking to my family who's still up in New Jersey, I'm like, yeah, no, we're like going out to dinner, we're doing this, we're doing that, and they're like, yeah, no, nothing's open up here, we're still doing this, you know, you got to wear a mask to sleep, or if you're walking your own attic, right? It's wild. So now, talk to me about kind of what you did before this, and then we'll get to how you got into real estate. But like, give me like a little bit of your background, work-wise.
So I mean, I've been in sales for a while. Since I'm 18, I'm 26, turning 27 soon. I've done a lot. As far as, you know, where I started with Toyota.
Pull this thing like this. Pull it down. Yeah, oh yeah, right there. Oh yeah.
Started at Toyota. That was fun. I did BDC there, which is business development.
Okay.
You're not really, you know, working face to face with customers, but you're taking a lot of incoming phone calls. Kind of, you know, getting those 100 calls a day. You know, there's a certain amount you have to make.
So coming here was cake.
Yeah, no, 100 calls is it's really not bad.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's sales formula. You know what you have to do in order
to,
you know,
cool,
make it. So yeah, started off with that. That was fun. My favorite job that I did, I worked at a gym for a while.
Okay.
I was
cool.
a sales manager there for probably about a year and a half. It was a good time. I got to build like a little sales team.
Nice.
Had a few of my good friends working with me.
Awesome. Yeah, right. Can't ever hate that.
Nah, yeah. That job was like kind of like the skeleton of sales in a sense. Like, you know, from, you know, setting the appointment, meeting the customer in person, you know, showing them around, touring them, and then, you know, obviously closing them and then getting them down, you know, the funnel. To different avenues of the gym, whether it was like more supplements or nutrition,
personal training, whatever it is.
Personal training. Yeah. So kind of just moving people down the funnel and.
Yeah. And personal training is interesting because it's essentially a lot of people just use it as an accountability thing. I mean, realistically, you can almost find any information, any workout you want, and it's like fairly self-explanatory. YouTube is huge. People want accountability, which is funny because we are huge on accountability here.
Definitely.
And I don't know if someone like you benefits from accountability. Let's even talk about your stats, and then we'll double back into how you even got here. But accountability is something that people don't realize the value of it. Yeah. And that's essentially what you were providing with even just your sales operation and this personal training avenue of like, hey, it's easy to cancel on yourself, but to cancel on someone else, you're going to carry that guilt. And at some point, you're just going to be like, oh, it's easier if I just go to the gym, which is what the goal was anyway, right? So it's like, you know, oh my gosh, I got to go here, I got to do this, got to go to the office. Like, I can just not go to the office. But like, if have people that are holding you accountable, you're going to come there. You're going to get a little FOMO. You're going to say, oh, my gosh, it's so much easier to, like, build my business out at a physical establishment, right? Like, have a daily routine.
Yep. And, I mean, I come from a sports background, too, so, you know, I played football my whole life.
Okay, yeah.
That was, I mean, for daily life and just kind of, you know, day-to-day type stuff, you know, it all kind of boils into one.
Right, coachability.
Yeah. Coachability, consistency, I mean, just hard work, effort, good work ethic, all that stuff. So
right. All right, so now let's jump back in. Real estate is not foreign for you.
No.
Why is that?
So my mom, she was in the mortgage industry for probably about 25 years. She owned her own mortgage company in New York. Yeah, I mean, she did awesome. I mean, I would see my mom working like an absolute dog day in and day out, but I mean, she made unbelievable money, had a great career, and
Awesome.
she was, I mean,
Right.
probably the hardest worker I know.
It's a legend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, that's a great foundation to work off of, especially you now coming into it and seeing how hard the work kind of is.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we, for the most part, I guess, make it look easy because we like iron it out for you.
Sure.
But you still got to show up every day and sweat it out.
Yeah.
So you're down here pre-COVID, kind of stuck. What am I gonna do? You're fresh out of Long Island from here. At what point were you like, all right, I'm taking this test, I'm getting my real estate license?
Yeah, so I mean, I just, would keep, just driving around, like more houses for sale, and I'm sitting there, I'm, chatting with my dad a little bit about it, and he's like, dude, just go into real estate.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty good. I mean, why not?
And then how did you come to us, or did we come to you? How did that work?
Olivia called me.
Awesome.
Yeah, Olivia called me.
She's great.
She stayed on me. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for Olivia, I definitely wouldn't be here.
You don't think?
Oh, I don't
I mean,
know.
were you shopping around at all, or did
No,
you?
I didn't even go to like any other places, and like it's funny because I BS'd Megan like during the interview, and I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go and like check out a few other places, but like
You were sold.
I never did, and yeah, I mean, just the amount of marketing, like the billboards and stuff, like it was just so front and center, like living right in St. Augustine, like there's nowhere you cannot go without seeing DJ&Lindsey.
Right. I mean, and that's the goal. It's kind of different from a different brokerage that has a different idea, which is like kind of having them on every single corner.
Sure.
But with that, I'm sure your overhead climbs, those offices are for the most part completely empty.
Yeah.
They don't really do, I don't know if they do any kind of floor time in there. But yeah, we have a little bit of a different approach where we're everywhere, but we're trying to keep a very small footprint because we're agent centric, right? I mean, like think about just the work that you're doing daily, what has gone into that to make sure that you show up here to do, X, Y, and Z.
I mean, and some of the biggest advice I got from people that were in real estate already and have done really well, whether it was, owning their own brokerage or just making a lot of money, they said to me, go and find the biggest brokerage you can find and the best. And that's pretty much what I did. I kind of stumbled upon it. I'm lucky to be here for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and you've continued to create your own luck. I mean, let's get into your stats. So you started here April 2021.
Yeah, April 1st.
April 1st, 2021.
Yeah.
April Fools, love that. April 1st, 2021. It's currently December. You have to date closed, signatures, done, checks, sent. How many?
24.
24 homes.
Yeah.
April.
Yep.
7 months. So some people, a great real estate agent will sell 12, 15 homes alone in a year.
Yeah.
In 7 months, you've closed, collected the check.
Yep.
24 homes.
Yeah. Feels great. I mean, some of it you kind of like walk in, right, and you're getting like tossed this business like crazy. I mean, my first weekend I had to execute a contract. So it's kind of just been like,
that's insane.
It's been like that since like kind of the day I got here, and I've just, I'm not going to say I got thrown in the fire, but I got thrown in the fire.
Right.
But I knew I could handle it.
Correct.
And it's, I'm the type of person where, you do something once and you know how to do it forever, really.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I just jumped right into it. And
well,
it's been awesome.
Right. And that's a question that I always love to ask is, and being from New York, Long Island, you walk into a pizza shop and you see the dollar hanging up on the wall. When was it from you opening the door to the dollar on the wall? But you just said week 1 you executed a contract.
Yeah, week 1. I mean, it was insane, man. I mean, I remember I woke up. Scott called me. He's like, "Yo, wake up, get dressed. I got somebody for you." I'm like, "All right, I'm up, I'm ready to go." And I just went and whatever. I showed them like 4 or 5 homes, and that was it. They loved it.
And so what's crazy is talk about a completely different model. So Scott Dustin, who we've had on the podcast before, him and his partner Lauren, they're just other agents.
Yeah.
So they're not like a part of leadership. They're not just like not in production. They're just like other agents.
Yeah.
So for your first week, another agent to call you and say, hey, I got somebody in my pipeline for you that you can handle. I would love to see that happen anywhere else.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, where I'm from, Long Island, like, you know, things, you expect things to be a little bit more cutthroat. Like, no one's just going to, like, here you go. Yeah,
right.
It doesn't happen.
But here it's happening every day. I mean, you've seen the chat. We talk about it constantly. There's appointments set here, like, you know, buyers looking to see this. Like, they're passing it back and forth. We already thought that we know it's just a very weird, especially in real estate.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's just handing money out left and right. But then to even hear a story about literally another agent on your team who probably sits 6 feet away from you, just laying up actual money for you because he just, whether he liked you, saw the promise in you, was just like, hey, we're gonna get this kid along, whatever it is. That's just like the culture and the camaraderie that's built around this company.
I mean, definitely speak on that. Like, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Like, there's not one person here that I truly do not dislike
or jive with, right?
Or jive with. I mean, it's like for the first time, like, you know, you work somewhere, like, there's usually always that one person, like,
right? You're like, oh, so and so's here.
Yeah, right. Like, not here. I mean, it's true. Like,
right.
It's really not like that, and it's like such an amazing environment to be in, to walk into every day, and just know people got your back that are, you know, around you. So yeah, it's unique for sure.
Yeah, and Lewis said it too, and people continue to say that the culture here is unparalleled to any company, especially any brokerage, but just a lot of just companies in general.
Yeah.
We have a completely different vibe. I mean, it's ugly sweater.
Ugly sweater
an ugly sweater season to where like people are just constantly, especially they come in here, they know they're not meeting with anybody, whatever the situation is, they're wearing ugly sweaters. Because it's just like that season. That's like the vibe that's here. You know, we had our first annual toy drive this month. That was incredible. You know, like the turnout of things that happens.
It looked
here.
cool. I mean, I wasn't here, but it looked like you guys got a bunch
I'm just
of
saying,
cool
like
toys.
the turnout and the camaraderie that is built within a company of all essentially freelance, if you want to call it, all individual businesses. It is crazy.
Yeah,
it's insane. So, all right, so we've closed 24 homes. That's dumb, but it doesn't stop there because it's still only December, and you have how many pending, which are executed contracts that are waiting to close?
Yeah, I have 11. Yeah.
Okay. So
they're mostly out for like next year. A lot of new construction builds.
Right, but I mean, still, that's what 24 and 11. That's 35 homes already. So what was your year one goal?
36 homes.
36 homes. Yeah. Okay. So and we are. Again, you started in April, which means your 1 year is still another 6 months away or so. Like 5 months.
Yeah, 5 months.
I don't even know what month are we in now. But the point is that's crazy. You're going to be you have 35 closed and pending right now, and your goal is 36.
Yeah.
Have you upped it, or you're just like, nah, I'm just going to crush my goal, see where I land?
I mean, I should land like somewhere around that 35-40 number.
Right.
That would be great. I mean, you know, when you set a goal, you always want to smash that goal.
Right.
There's no point in like setting a goal and like not achieving it or you know, not coming close. I didn't really know what to expect though. You know, a lot of people, like, when you come into this business, you always get that like stigma, like, oh, just get ready. You're not going to make a dime for, you know, your first year or your first 6 months, whatever it may be. And like, I just found that so funny when I came here that like I was writing a contract my first week. I'm like,
yeah, I mean, and DJ says it too all the time, is that he didn't make money his first year. I think even Lindsay said, I just heard her on somebody else's podcast.
She said she did like 5 deals.
I was going to say, not that I'm offended, but somebody else's podcast that, is she didn't make, like, pretty sure she didn't make any money her first year.
Yeah.
And that's what she said. It's mind-blowing to see a completely new agent that was licensed 30, 60 days ago executing contracts because – I mean, we're hand-holding you.
Yeah.
We're literally hand-holding you, showing you the business. It's like, what better way to come in here and work hard and find out if you're kind of cut out to work hard. I mean, everybody wants to be like, oh, I want to make 100,000. I want to do this. I want to do that. But when they see the work that kind of has to go into it, I mean, that's wild.
Well, it's shooting fish in a barrel here. I mean, that's what it is. Like DJ says it all the time. I can promise you, your mother, grandmother, sister, brother, uncle will come in here, and if they work hard, they will get paid. And
Yeah.
that's basically how it is. I mean, it's the truth.
And we're starting to see that too. The more people are coming in, they're hungrier than ever.
Yeah.
And I always just thought, I'm like, well, maybe it's because it's like a fishbowl effect. Like they see it happening here,
Yeah.
they don't see it happening there. They're like, all right, well, if I go there, and then they're like, oh wow, this is like completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is completely different. Wow. So I mean, 35, 36 homes closed and pending in your first year. Even if you stop now at 24, which obviously you're not the type of person to do that, that's wild.
Yeah,
it's like double what an incredible single agent would do in a year in real estate.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. What have you kind of done anything like outlandish since you're just like, all right, like I'm gonna celebrate myself. Like, have you done
I just
anything
went
cool?
and got 3 suits. That was it.
All right.
That's all I got.
I like that.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with that,
treat
right? Like,
yourself a little bit.
right? And treat yourself, celebrating it, enjoy the fruits of your labor, right?
Yeah.
Any vacations or anything like that now that the world's kind of back open?
Nothing planned yet. I mean, I'd like to go definitely do some like little Airbnb stuff this year.
Right,
Maybe
right.
do like a 2-day, 3-day vacation. You can't really
Sweet.
take that much time off and feel like okay with it. So.
Well, and when you're, I mean, so Scott says it. Now we're back to Scott. Scott said it too. He's like, sometimes he gets hungry if he's like in a lull of like, all right, I'm gonna go relax. I'm gonna do this. He kind of just like gets the itch for like, I wonder what, and then like he's back in it. He's like fall right back in. So it's definitely hard to turn that switch on and off.
It sure is. I mean, I went on vacation in August and it was like checking my phone like every
Right,
10
you just
seconds.
right.
So it's like you can enjoy it, but you know when you're in when you invest yourself into something so much, like for you to just like turn the switch off for like 6 days, it's hard to do.
Right. And then turn it back on when you get there. It's definitely it's a.
I came back hungry though. I mean, I was like on my 6th day, I was like, all right, get me the hell out of here. Like I'm ready to go back to work.
Right. Which I mean, it's great. Which means you love what you do.
Oh, I do.
Right. So it creates that hunger. It's not just like, hey, I got to eat, I got to do whatever. It's like I enjoy so much what I do. I cannot wait to get back to work. And that's what we just laugh all the time because like one of the biggest things that the Megans and Olivias that we have here encounter all the time is people they don't want to be held accountable to come into the office to do these things. And you're sitting here saying, not only is it a fundamental part of just building a business, it's not really even that bad in the first place or a huge issue. And then you wind up looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I mean, April to August is not that long either.
No.
And now you're like looking forward to it, get back. Hey, I'm gonna get in the. I mean, right? You can make phone calls from anywhere, but like you're not gonna get the energy. You're not gonna get the pace. You're not gonna get the same feeling you get. I mean, the St. Augustine office is a straight up bullpen.
It's cool.
I mean,
I love it there. I mean, being here it's nice and all,
Right.
like the space, but being in a little bit closer of an environment, being able to hear, the conversations that everybody's having on a daily basis, like, and then just kind of being able to feed off each other. You know, not only being able to feed off each other, but like kind of, just chatting about the market a little bit more, like just some different ideas of
just
like how
hearing
we
about
feel things are.
Right. I mean, think about something like this, and I tell even prospective agents this all the time. You're talking on the phone with a buyer. You're talking about a home, whether it's a location, specific parts of it, whatever.
Yeah.
Right behind you is somebody else talking about a completely different home.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you hear about that home or vice versa. They hear about the home you're talking about, and then it doesn't work out for either of them because of whatever the thing is. They now just have of course, it's all in the MLS, but they don't know, like, maybe you've talked to the listing agents and find out, hey, there's still no offers on this home. Like, there's a great chance that you can get this thing under. I know it's at 360, and your people are at, 355 or 350. Like, I'd go in here and see if they take it because it's been on 60, 90 days. Like, those are things that you really wouldn't get unless, let's say you're not in office.
Right.
You're going to call somebody.
Yeah.
So you're going to be on the phone anyway. You're going to be dialing the phone to try and find that house, try and find those deals. But then two, you're in office hearing those things like while they're happening. I mean, we do such a great job doing coming soon stuff. You guys are privy to homes, before literally.
Yeah, I just sold one. I just did one with Rob. It was I had a guy come in from Boston, really nice guy. It was actually a referral. Came in 3-4 days, done deal. It was off the market and like that.
Bramos, I need a house.
Yeah, it was good. It was good, man. I mean, those in-house deals, you don't get that anywhere else. You don't get that exclusivity for your buyer or your customer for that matter. Just being able to kind of have that in your back pocket to like really, number one, pitch to people that you could do it, but then be able to deliver on it is like a whole different thing.
Yeah, that's incredible, and that's again we're always talking about. It's really just like a one of a kind situation here.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, for like somebody who's done sales and who has been to a few different places and has kind of went through the process in a few different places, not real estate, but just with sales. I mean, this is this is gold.
Yeah, it's a unique environment for being in sales.
Yeah. I mean, how often do you get a live connect saying, "Hey, I want to buy a house right now,"
right?
And then all you got to do is show up, be a nice person, and
we truly
build a relationship.
We say it all the time. We're truly building the Uber of real estate because that's just the way people want things.
Yeah,
it's the way they want them.
Yeah.
All right, man. We absolutely love you. You're an absolute dynamo. We're gonna throw some probably stuff on screen, but Lawrence Cipollone, follow him on Instagram. If you need a home, you want to list, buy, sell, whatever you want, here's our guy. Make sure you follow us everywhere on social media, DJ&Lindsey, and like and subscribe smash that subscribe button, right? That's what we're always looking for, right?
There you go.
All right, awesome. Have a good holiday season and Happy New Year, man.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
All right, see ya.